countries, like governments, are going to treat especially personal identifiable information or anything associated to that as data in the interest of national security. We're starting to get there. Everyone tends to look at Europe. Actually, it's Korea that started beating the Europeans to their own game when it comes to it. Now, what's happening here is that Korea has started to put an AI law in place, and that AI law at the moment only forces companies to label what is AI and what isn't. Call it a transparency law to an extent. However, it's going to get extended to, over the next few years, making sure that any data that's come in and is being used to actually train the models also has to be disclosed. Where has it come from? Where is it going? And that's not as easy as you think, because AI models, for the most part, it's a little bit like saying, where does the internet get its data from? And that can become really difficult to track. So unless you own the data pipelines and really know what's happening, because then what's happening is you can create a model similar to what we know from the post office. You're putting a letter in the mail, and that is just a piece of data that goes through the post office. And as we all know, the post office puts a stamp on it the moment they get it. So that's then your compliance seal that we can put on top of it, which actually we're just talking to a very large company in Korea that's looking to implement that. But again, this can be locally applicable, right? So it just comes down to how it's hosted and where it's deployed in the end. But we will see a lot more countries. Obviously, Europe is coming up next with releasing the final text. It's going to be inevitable that countries, less so companies, but countries are really trying to lock it down. Canada is a little bit of an outlier because you've got a very strong sense of national pride, etc.